All right. Here we go. Here's the screen. All right. Her name is Mualani, the Splish Splash Wave Chaser. That's her art. I will say one thing that I find crazy. I feel like the colors are inconsistent because like even the skin tone here is different than what it looks like in the game and in the trailer. And I feel that way about all of them, but whatever. I gotta say though, the splash art thing, what they're doing for Natlan looks crazy because this is vastly different than, and honestly, this is a great change. So then it's a little different than like when you have the constellation stuff in the background. I think that's a great improvement. Well, let's see. In terms of how well they know Natlan, perhaps even the birds that gaze down upon this land from high up above would fall short of the guides from the people of the springs. Long, long ago, their forerunners once measured the world with their feet, transforming the winding, perilous paths they walked into networks of orderly lines on their maps. As a member of the people of the springs, new generation of young guides, Mualani has already established an eminent name for herself throughout Natlan. With her to lead the way, you'd be sure to experience the spectacular sight of volcanic eruptions, breathe in the refreshing natural fragrance of embercore flowers, even witness spontaneous performances put on by packs of koholosaurs. Okay, there are dinosaurs, I guess. But likewise, if there was an emergency or you just need to be somewhere urgently, she'd find a shortcut to get you there as safely, soundly, and smoothly as possible. Everyone knows the routes, Mualani herself would tell you, but timing's the key. You can't just set off whenever you feel like it. That would be extremely unlucky. I do love this shark. I don't know. I mean, I love the braids. I love the whole background splash. And I think her design is cool, but I mean, if you've seen any of my thoughts, I already agree. I feel like she should be a little bit darker, but like, you know, this is the design we got, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on you. It's so weird. Anyway.
Already? Thanks for being such an amazing
Hey, thank you, Aid, for the sub. Yeah, the graffiti is so cool. I love the graffiti and the splash art that they've introduced to Natlan. Metzley Guide. Okay, Hydro. Foca. I have no idea how to say that. There's not a spot in the whole of Natlan this girl couldn't reach if she wanted. So why does she come asking if it's an auspicious day for an outing every single time? Oh, well, now that I have read her fortunes her whole decade in advance, I finally have some peace and quiet. Okay, interesting. It is interesting to me because these designs, I do like them, but they definitely feel Pokemon-esque. I don't know why. I actually love their outfits. So this is Knitch. I don't know much about Knitch, but I mean, his design is cool. I like the headband thing. Looks neat. My Kingdom Hearts. My Kingdom Hearts boy. Let's see. It's one thing to charge a fee for delivering a letter, but charging for being a flame bearer on Turnfire Night. It's outrageous. Is this really a hero of ours? What the hell is Turnfire Night? It's not like you just met him today. Surely you'd admit that he does this job well. That's all that matters. Okay. Spinach? Oh, then I can't have him. Ugh. I actually can't have spinach. In Natlan, where humans and saurians live together in harmony, there have always been some who have looked askance at saurian hunters. So is he a saurian hunter? In a land full of heroes, the practices of assessing commissions and setting price mark makes the profession even more controversial. A cruel, ruthless, cold-blooded killer. Pragmatic, ulterior, without so much as a hint of chivalrous decorum. In such heartless, damning terms do people describe the young man that never argues back. But what of it? I'm sorry, this man is supposed to be a killer? Sure. I guess. As long as the price is right, all commissions shall be fulfilled in a satisfactory manner. He's a hitman. All writhing, raging aberrants return to the Night Kingdom from whence they came. Once the bearer of the Turnfire name has locked onto a target, there's no looking back. Interesting. I am more interested in his little dragon right there, or self-proclaimed dragon lord. That's not Knitch, that's Kyle. I do love that. But yeah, this is not the impression I got from a killer. But then again, I don't know much. I don't know, it just gives kind of like a, I don't know, I keep going back to Kingdom Hearts, but it does kind of give that vibe. I do like the design. I would like to see, is he in like in a full-on jumpsuit, but like the half part of the jumpsuit is like off? Is that what that is? Hey, thank you for the Prime. All right, let's see. This servant of mine is no fool and nimble too as far as the servants go. His biggest fault is that no matter how hard you try, you simply can't get rid of him. I mean it. He literally will not die. Have you ever heard of someone falling headfirst off a cliff and surviving? Utterly infuriating. Aja, that's a little, the self-proclaimed almighty dragon. Cyno doesn't really look threatening either. Yeah, but I guess you are right. Like, but Cyno is a general, so I understand that a little bit more. But I do agree, you are right. But I just don't see killer here. And I feel like I would feel the same way about Cyno if they said he was a killer. You know? Like a hitman. Like when I think of hitman, I could see Wriothesley, right? But no, you're right. You're right. And again, I do love the splash art. It's a nice change of pace. And all right. Oh my God, my girl got a whole book. What is this? Kachina, mottled gold yet unsmelted. I can't pronounce that. Young Braveheart. Just like other younglings of the Children of Echoes, Kachina grew up surrounded by adorable Teptilosaurs. Oh my God. I ain't reading all that. Don't worry, I'll read it for you. Shiny gems dug up from the depths and heroic stories passed down by tribal elders. She came to know the mountain paths like the back of her hand, developing a great instinct and skill for searching out the treasures of the earth. In her leisure time, she and her friends would often visit the recording studios. What? Where musicians made their music. Where they could dance freely to the pulsing... What? Growing up in such an environment, the occasional bump or scratch was unavoidable, and when she hurt herself, Kachina would cry out in pain just like any other child. But long before others had recovered from the pain, she would have wiped away her tears and stood back up again. Wait, what the fuck? In her leisure time, she and her friends would often visit the recording studio. What the fuck? Recording studios in Genshin? Okay. Of course, she understands why the adults might see her as a good kid, yet she struggles to comprehend why she, of all people, was given the name of Uthabidi. For, as the ancient poem goes, the one that dares stand firm as a mountain, their bones like battlements, and hold the sun's gaze, it is they that shall be given unto eternity. Fear itself should instead fear me, for my body is like a roaring blaze, destined to melt down all that is mean and lowly, then cast it out once more as an epitaph. What part of her lives up to the lofty spirit embodied by this great name? The young Kachina has yet to figure this out, but having been granted this great honor, she is determined never to give up, no matter how many of her bids at the pilgrimage of the return of the sacred flame end in vain. Even if it means being ostracized and reproached by her peers, or feeling disappointed, inferior, and at times nearly overwhelmed by landslides of negativity, in the end, she'll wipe it all away along with her tears. Because one thing is for certain, that Uthabidi Kachina will never be defeated by her tears. I love her, like, Tails look. She definitely gives me Tails, like, miles per hour. And I do love this little drill thing. I thought the drill thing would be like an equipment, but it seems like it is part of her, like her kit. Kachina. Yeah, she is adorable. Not long after we first met, I saw Kachina crying and tried to hand her a handkerchief, but smiling back, she said to me, "Don't worry, I'll wipe my own tears away." That was the moment I'll always remember. So don't you worry about her either. The girl's made of strong stuff. Just make sure you give her all the encouragement she needs. Well, I mean, she is Geo, which is... I really hope in 5.0 they introduce something that will help Geo, because Geo be struggling. But yeah, those are our Genshin characters. Kanich, Kachina, and Mualani. I mean, they look cool. They feel a little out of place in game. When I saw the teaser trailer, they just kind of, it felt like I was playing a different game. But yeah, I'm not pulling. I'm gonna play the story. I'm gonna see if I like them, and then maybe I'll pull. But I I don't feel comfortable spending money in Genshin right now. So that's my game plan. I'm already skipping on Emily. I don't know if I'm gonna skip on them. So yeah, that's my thoughts. I mean, the designs look cool. I do believe they need more melanin. And again, it feels inconsistent because he looks darker than in the game, and then in the game, then in the teaser animated thing we got. So I don't know, but yeah, those are my thoughts. I don't know. Yeah, are you polling? Here's the thing: if you poll on Genshin, I'm not gonna judge. I'm going based on how I personally feel, you know. So yeah. And whether you're polling or not, who are you most excited for to see in the story? You know, are you excited for this little gremlin who is made of hard stuff? Are you excited for our mercenary? Or are you excited for our wave rider that looks like a Pokemon trainer? Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. Thanks for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one.